It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got a pair of teams who met each other in Super Bowl V. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
This one teed up, and we are underway here at AT&T Stadium. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Leading them out, the MVP of Super Bowl 52, Nick Foles.
When you look at Nick Foles' career in total, you wonder to yourself at times, why has he not been a consistent starter in the league? Because when he's on, he can take a team to the Super Bowl and win it, as he did with Philadelphia.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Here's Foles. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Let's go!
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Foles. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Foles. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Pierce. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a fourth down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. And they'll run the option to start the drive. 2 yards the gain on the keeper at its 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On play action, Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Prescott now from the 50. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team.
Now the ball is free. Taylor lost it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing, Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there.
Touchdown! Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Marr now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. To throw is Prescott. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this one to Pittman. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley Cox, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Prescott. He's going to try and go deep again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Prescott now. Looking deep for Hilton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Maher is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And they will need to get this passing game in gear, because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start with the option. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Foles. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. But out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. To the air again, Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the fourth. The first down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much, as he'll get forward for about a couple. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Colts are right back in this football game.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Foles. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now Foles. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Trying to improvise. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it.
Go, go, go.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He'll get it inside the 20, and that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Marr on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But in almost all of them...
And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Looking to throw. They'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Foles. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll look to throw again. Campbell making the catch. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor, and he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.